Okay, today I'll be making fermented bean curd with portobello, king oyster mushroom, seafood mushroom, black fungi, black Chinese mushroom, century egg. This is the bundle of mushrooms, and the fermented bean curd will be 5 pieces for cilantro, but then this is just this is dry cilantro. This is a representation of the fresh cilantro I have, and garlic, fresh garlic, which I also this is just a representation of the garlic I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use 7 garlics, salt, chicken, 2 spoons of chicken bouillon, 4 caps of cooking wine. I prefer rice wine, but just still experimental stage right now, so rice wine, but I don't have that now, so I'm just using white wine. And what was it, white pepper, and one packet of mayonnaise, and 1 chili from instant noodle seasoning. Okay, first what I'm going to do is add a neutral oil to the pot. Then add a half a stick of butter. Then add, no wait. First I'm going to add neutral oil. Then add 7 pieces of garlic, 7 pieces of smashed then cut garlic. Throw them in there. Then I'm going to put half a stick of butter on top of it, let it melt, and then once it started cooking, once it starts smelling the garlic and start to cook, that's when I'm going to start throwing the chili powder in there. Actually, before the garlic before it started heating, I'm putting the chili powder in there first, just so when we're sitting getting burned and stuff like that. But once it starts getting heated up, I'll be throwing in the mushrooms. I guess I'll be throwing the black Chinese mushroom first, and then I'll throw those first. I'm still figuring out what to throw in first. And then by the time it starts cooking, I'll be once I throw in the mushrooms, I'll turn the to heat it up. I'll be starting low fire, but once it starts cooking and when I throw in the mushrooms, I'll be turning it to medium fire. That's when I'll be start adding the ingredients. The mayonnaise and fermented bean curd will be at last, because from what I learned that once I usually put this too early, it seems to just disappear. So to stop that, putting it near the end will help it get more flavor out. As that part also that's when I'll be throwing in the century egg. I'm figuring, because I'm also scared that if I put that too early, that might also be disappeared and melt away and stuff like that. And I only wanted to melt a little bit. This is just to help the century egg, just to help the mushrooms have a little bit more protein. So like if I were to cook mushrooms, I'll be using bacon, but I want to try using some other stuff and make things more interesting and stuff like that. Okay, first off, I gotta cut the garlics and I gotta touch the mushrooms. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, I want to talk about the mushroom first. I find Hong Kong supermarket, and each places have their own specialties. I mean, Hong Kong supermarket has the most variety. It has the portobello, the oyster mushroom, and king oyster mushrooms. This is the small one. The portobello, I haven't seen a lot of places that has this, and the places that had the English. The English supermarket that has this is like $3.50, and I have found this for $3, which is nice. And oyster mushrooms, I found this for $3 and Hong Kong supermarket, and usually other places will have for $3.75 or $4. But this though, their quality isn't too great, so I picked the best one I could. I thought this has more filling, so I should have picked the other one that has a lot more volume instead. This is king oyster mushrooms. This is $2, which is I'm surprising, and I guess I picked the best one. They even had king oyster mushroom that was big as my forearm. That was $2 for one. I even saw that was $1.91 for two of them. And then there was the rest were like $2 something or $3. So that was Hong Kong Super was pretty cool. But I went to Dr. Next, which was has seafood mushroom for 1.99 cents. Side though I went to Dr. first because Jungkook Sing has I think Snow White mushroom. It looks the same damn thing. I think for me it tastes the same damn thing. For $1.50 for two, so it was like 75 cents each. So actually I went there first and got the Snow White mushrooms. But Dr. does have something that no other places has, and that is black fungi. I'm just using this container, the black fungi. That is something that no other places has, so that's why I got it. And black Chinese mushrooms, it's I got it from my mom, so I can't say anything about that. That was treated early, so if you haven't treated, all you need to do is just add 3 unpitted dates, and that will just clear all the bitterness off from the damn thing. Or else you have to use sugar, dark sugars and stuff like that. But 3 dates would just clear out all the bitterness. Or maybe have this variety to help clear it out. I'm sure, I don't know. I just want to say, for right places, so get it. So portobello mushroom was $3. Oyster mushroom $3. King oyster mushroom was $2. Seafood mushroom were $1.99. And black fungi was $4.32. Century eggs was $3.99. For 6, so that was interesting. I'm thinking there must be other places that have cheaper, maybe. Okay, I just want to say, now I gotta start chopping the mushroom before I chop the garlic, because I'm gonna use the garlic first, so I need to hurry up and chop the mushrooms. Okay, the oyster mushrooms, I can see why it was so cheap now. Because it was already plucked for you. You don't get to pull out any pieces. They just pluck it out and just throw it in. So it doesn't have any stem. So instead of looking at the price tag, instead of looking at price tag, actually I looked at how deep it was. It was only just small, and I didn't see how thin it was. From what I could tell, this is probably only one or two maybe. If it was 2, then it would be worth it. If it was 1, it just from what I could tell, this is 2, because it's hard to get big leaves in just one. So just one, just one whole one thing, and this is 2. So I did get my money's worth, because these are big pieces, and those big pieces is gonna have flavor. I mean, and the small one, I've seen some that has just mostly stems, so I thought I could pull it, but this is all pulled out. And I realized that the portobello, from what I could tell how they're no different from Giorgio or Giorgio button mushrooms. They're just bigger. I hope I'm wrong, but from what I could just take it apart and then just feel it, seemed to be the same. So I was really disappointed that I paid $3 for it right now. So because that it has Giorgio button mushrooms has no taste. It's just useless. But it's just useless mushroom. for me. That would be sad if it is. Okay, I gotta start cutting the seafood mushroom now. Give it a minute. Okay, I put coconut oil in there. That's the neutral oil for me. And it's enough to cover the pot. At least I hope so. I already turned off the fire. I just need to heat it up. And it's gonna melt on own, you know, residual heat and stuff like that. How much oil? Yeah, that's a lot of oil. That's enough. It's hard. The coconut oil is horrible for frying, that's for sure. But when it comes to cooking stuff, it's pretty good. I mean, it has a perfume-like smell to it, which is really annoying. But you know, you don't mind it. It works pretty well. Okay. I gotta start adding. Oh shit. I forgot to cut the garlic. Oh shit, give it a minute. Okay, that is smashed and chopped up 7 pieces of garlic. Now I'm gonna add half a stick of butter. Give it a minute. Okay, that's a half a stick of butter right there. And I am gonna throw in the stems of the mushrooms so that they could cook early. No wait, should I? No wait, I didn't. No. Better not waste it. Okay, now I'm gonna start cooking. Low fire. So once the butter is melted and I start smelling the garlic start cooking, then I'll dump in the portobello mushrooms, and then is it portobello? Yeah, portobello mushroom caps. First, I'm gonna put in the stems and then the thing, and then I would throw in, let's say, either the oyster mushroom or the other things. This usually takes about 3 minutes. Actually, I think I would throw in I'll first throw in the Georgia mushrooms, the portobello mushrooms, and maybe the Chinese mushrooms. I can smell it a little bit starting to cook. Okay, I can smell the garlic. I can smell the garlic cooking now. So I just toss this in. Okay, now I'm gonna dump this in. Okay. Okay, I am gonna let's see. I am gonna turn. Wait. What else should I throw in now? Oh shit. Okay, let's get rid of this first. And give it a minute. Okay, now I'm gonna throw in the black Chinese mushrooms. Okay. Now I'm gonna turn it on medium fire. I'm gonna throw in the mushroom caps, or supposed to be king oyster mushrooms. And now the oyster mushrooms. And now the seafood mushrooms. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, now I'm gonna throw in the black mushrooms. No, black fungi. Okay. Now I'm gonna throw in the rest of the seafood mushrooms. Oh shit. Okay. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, first thing first, 1 cup of supposed to be rice vinegar, but white vinegar right now, or apple cider vinegar, or red wine vinegar, or whatever. And use the same cap to pour in 4 cups of cooking wine. This should be rice wine, but give me a minute. Okay, I already poured 3 of the caps already. I'm just filming the last one so that you saw the payment. This is the 4th cooking wine, or rice wine vinegar. Rice wine. Supposed to be rice wine. Okay, time to add the seasoning now. Giving it. Okay, 2 spoons of chicken bouillon. Oh, that's already the first spoon. This is the second spoon. Okay. Now, give me a minute. Okay, I forgot to put this in the first place with the butter. Putting it now, which should have been earlier. Okay. I'm putting the cilantro. Yeah, fresh cilantro, put fresh cilantro. I decided to just use this dry one. It's not as good, but you gotta make do. This is what you do when you can't reach the other side. Okay. Now the white pepper. Okay. Now the salt. Okay. Okay, I gotta stir it and then hurry and chop the preserve egg. Give it a minute. Okay, I'm tossing in the century's egg right now. Okay. I'm gonna toss in about 5 pieces of fermented bean curd and open the mayonnaise. Give it a minute. Okay, that is 5 pieces of fermented bean curd. Wet bean curd. And now I'm gonna add the mayonnaise. Okay. Now I'm going to stir them in and mash it. Okay. Okay, I just finished stirring it. Now I'm just closing the fire and covering it. Once it's cooled down, I will plate it. I will put it in the container. I mean, sorry. Okay, I was able to chain one container and a second almost, and sadly doesn't seem to be any sauce. The preserved duck egg kind of just thickened everything out and made it dry out. So either I need to lower the fire next time, or wash all the mushrooms, or add water to it. I just need to figure out what to do. But right now there is no sauce, or also just cover it. And I was able to almost 2 containers, so that's good and bad at the same time. I wish there's some sauce, but just update right now. Okay, hope it tastes good. Okay, about to try the mushroom bundle with century eggs and fermented bean curds. Hope it tastes good. Okay, this was good. The only sad part and weird part was that the oyster mushroom doesn't seem to be grabbing onto any of it. I don't know why it's not grabbing onto anything. But what you get most is the fermented bean curd and very slightly of the butter and very slightly of the century egg. The century egg seemed to have something melted away into the thing. Everything was good. The mushroom tops. I wish I gotten the. Let's see. I wish I have gotten the, what was it? Gai Beigu, the king oyster mushroom instead. I could have cut it into bigger pieces. I mean, the mushroom tops. I just wanted to cut it more evenly, so I just cut it like a cross and stuff, and then it kind of it was too small from. I thought it was big, but then once I cut it cross side, it kind of just very, very small. But it still had a little flavor, and it still took on flavor. I'm surprised that Portobello Fish also kept its stuff, but then it also shrank a little. It's hard to define. The black fungi was good, and seafood mushroom was good. The Chinese black mushroom was good. Yeah, everything was great except for the freaking why. I have no idea why the oyster mushroom was just so didn't grab onto anything. It just tastes kind of bland, which I know it was kind of same thing with the portobello, but then portobello had its own taste, so it didn't matter. But then the oyster mushroom was just blank. It was just really, really weird. Sally though, freaking there was only very slight taste of the butter, and then slight taste of the I couldn't taste I felt very little of the garlic, which was weird. It was super weird. I put 7 of them and I still couldn't taste it. And then every now and then when the oyster mushroom pops up, it just gave me just weird thing. I mean, just like I don't know how to say it. It's like out of place. Everything else was very, very good though. The black fungi mushroom shine, the black Chinese mushroom shine, the mushroom top shine, the seafood mushroom shine, the portobello mushroom shine. It was just disappointing, and then the fact that the preserved duck egg would just disappear was just sad. I was really hoping to get a taste of that. Sadly though, it also tasted kind of like salted egg though. That the preserved thing. It was a weird combination from the. I thought it was gonna be a weird combination. I thought it would be an okay combination and maybe absorb, but then no, it just the way it seemed to have melted away was just really sad. I'm thinking that's also what made dried up the thing and just all the very sauce. But then From what I could tell, you don't need the sauce. The whatever sauce it had, it covered everything. Everything else have taste. Like I said, except for the freaking oyster mushroom, I just couldn't figure out why is it only the oyster mushroom. Gotta figure out a way. Maybe I'll return them more on each after I finish putting each ingredients. Like if I'm putting the rice wine vinegar and the vinegar, I should stir then, and then if I'm putting the dry ingredients like the MSG and the salt, and then stir then before I add the butter and stuff like that, because I'll give it more turning. Maybe that would have been better with the oyster. Or should I add the sugar just to help with the oyster mushroom? And the thing, should I add more butter, because I hardly felt the butter taste. Very slightly butter taste in this, very slightly. I can't believe I have to stick of butter already, and it was hardly still tasted garlic too. I'm not sure, is it the mushroom that's covering it, or, I mean, knocking out the butter taste and knocking out the garlic taste, but it's only slightly there. And like I said, the only thing that came through a whole lot was fermented bean curd, which I like. But I was hoping, since it was a mushroom, to have more, a little bit of butter taste. But you get what you get. Actually, so this was actually still good though. So I like it. I just wish I could figure out what I went wrong with the oyster mushroom. And should I add more butter to it and more? I definitely need to add more garlic if this is the taste. So I need to add about 8 maybe, and maybe a whole stick of butter, because the recipe calls for 2 sticks of butter. So, and I only put half a stick. So gotta figure this out. But this was a great thing, except for the preserved duck egg. That was sad. Very, very, very sad. It seemed to have disappeared, or maybe it's in the other one. But everything still turned out great though for this, so I'm glad about that. And I only felt the tingle of the spiciness, which was the whole point of adding that little bit of chili pepper. You only get a tingle and not the heat. So you only get the flavor, but not the heat. That's the point about it. Everything is great. Except for, like I said, next time you need to get the giant king oyster mushroom. So when I cut it down, I would get bigger pieces instead of small pieces. Didn't realize they shrink that much. And black Chinese mushrooms was great. It has its own flavor. So mainly that's it. Everything else turned out pretty good except for the oyster mushroom. Gotta figure about that one. But everything turned out really good for this one. Glad I did it. Maybe we should add an extra preserved duck egg. Maybe that would have helped. Or should I have left it in bigger pieces? Because I cut it in half, and then just cut it in half, and then gotta figure it out, because I want to taste it. But at least for one thing though, I don't have to add bacon to it, or I could add bacon to it. It's up to me. If I add bacon to it, this would have been more saucy, from what I could tell, and this would have a lot more bacon taste. But if I don't add the bacon, I get just a preserved duck egg. Also still good. Just may miss the egg though. So this was a pretty awesome test. I just need to figure out some key things to just try out the thing more. Okay. Maybe get a 75% of 1 stick of butter. 75% would be pretty good, I think. And 8 pieces of garlic, maybe. I'm gonna figure it out.